Hey teachers, this is a 3-minute summary of my lesson on anatomical position and anatomy directional terms. The objectives again of this lesson are to introduce students to anatomical position, that initial vocabulary on anatomical terms and directions, and to get them using those terms, applying those terms in real world situations. What's included is a teacher guide that will help you walk through the lesson. It also has the 2 games and the materials you'll need for those 2 games. There's an exit ticket for students, a student handout, and the direct learning slides that you'll need and that hopefully your students will be taking notes on. The quick run through of the lesson is that we start off with a little engagement, as always, to get students thinking about this stuff. It asks them to do kind of a think, pair, share situation where they're going to get a situation where someone can only communicate in anatomical positions, and they'll have to kind of translate what that person is trying to say to them just to get them to see how these terms get used in real world situations. There's about a 10-minute section of direct learning where you can have some fun with it to demonstrate or have student volunteers demonstrate actual anatomical position. Then you're going to run through the 10 directional terms. Students will be taking notes, hopefully, on their student handout at that point. As a person who teaches this class at honors level, I always try to reinforce note-taking in all these lessons, stress the importance of having those notes. Then we'll get into the fun stuff for the students. There's 2 games included in this. One of them is a game that's teacher-led. It's a Simon Says style game. Included are 2 rounds, each with 9 terms. So basically, I make it a little contest where, I'm basically going to call out a term like point to something that is superior to your nose. And then students will have to point to it and freeze. We eliminate or just have the students who don't get it right sit down. I provide 2 rounds of that game for you that gets progressively harder. The second game is one that students will do in groups. Again, this is all to get them practicing using these terms and, more importantly, practicing in real-world situations using these terms so that they get an idea of how a doctor might use them, how a physical therapist might use them, how an athlete might even need to know these terms. Finally, there's a little exit ticket that gives you a chance to do some diagnostic or graded assessment, however you see fit. Also included in the teacher materials are some ideas to, if you need to extend this approximately 45 to 50-minute lesson, if you need it for an hour-long class, there's some extension suggestions in there. I hope this lesson makes your life and planning time a little bit easier. And most of all, I hope your students enjoy the lesson. Take care.